I'll try. Things justice!
This week's map seemed kind of annoying at first, and it kinda was, but it was simpler than I thought it would be. I managed to find 3 solutions, 2 free-to-play solutions and 1 Galeforce solution. They all work on Lunatic, and yeah, the first solution is a free-to-play one. It uses a dancer, in this case Peony. I'll tell you in a second why, with dance or sing or equivalent, Winds of Mercy, and if you need it, buffing skill. In this case, I'm using a Peony with Gentle Dream, Winds of Mercy 1, and Earth's Dance 3. Next is a Flying Beast with a weapon, shove, and pass. They need to survive and stay on pass range after a battle with both Setsuna and Lucina. In this case, I'm using a 4-star Sala with pass 3, Yore Shield, Hatchling, and shove. If your Flying Beast unit manages to survive and stay in pass range without your shield, then you can just use aerobatics, and that will make that so that Peony isn't necessary anymore, and you can use basically any dancer since she's only being used for Gentle Dream. And yeah, that's it. Next is a Dredge Cavalry unit with a weapon and an assist skill that doesn't get in the way, so that they don't use it. A movement assist, rallies don't work, and with Winds of Mercy. And in this case, I'm using a 4-star Picnic, Halloween Wolf with Winds of Mercy, Iron Bow, shove, and so to help Nasala survive, I'm using Shield Attack 3. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Shield Attack 3 will target, I think, Lucina, so that will help Nasala survive. That's basically the only reason as to why Peony is being used in this case. You can use any dancer if you can use aerobatics and stay on pass range. And after that, it's pretty simple. If you have trouble and you're, I don't know, defeating Lucina by accident, it can also work on the Infernal difficulty. You'll just have to test that since Lucina will be somewhat stronger on that difficulty, so it may prove useful. And yeah, that was the first free-to-play solution. The second solution is also free to play, but this one uses 4 units, kinda. You'll need a range unit. It can be, I think, infantry or flying, with a weapon, shove or smite, and pass. The same thing applies here as to using peony. If you're using infantry, then you have no other option than using peony, but if you're using a flying unit, you can just equip aerobatics, and if you manage to stay on pass range, then yeah. In this case, I'm using a 4-star Jorge with Iron Bow, shove or smite, doesn't really matter. Pass 1, since that makes things a bit easier, and steady stance 3. Next is a cavalry unit with a weapon and escape route. I think Winds of Mercy also works if your range unit gets on Winds of Mercy range, but in this case I'm using pass 1, so he won't get on Winds of Mercy range. So I'm opting to using escape route on Mars, since this unit will get attacked by what's she called? I don't know, Petra. And yeah, this unit will get attacked by Petra, so you have to make sure that they survive. And again, a dancer with Winds of Mercy and dancer equivalent, and in this case, if you're using a flying unit without aerobatics or an infantry unit, you'll need Penny with Gentle Dream. If you're not using that, then you can just use any dancer. Yeah, Winds of Mercy, any dance or sing equivalent or whatever. And in this case, I'm using Air Dance 3 to help Jorge stay on pass range. And lastly is a cavalry unit with a weapon. A range cavalry unit with a weapon. Their stats don't matter at all, so you don't have to worry about that. It can basically be any of the units you want to farm, if you have one. This one's basically a variation of the last one, just with that range unit instead of a flying beast, so that opens up more possibilities. As you can see, Petra's attacking Mars, so he gets an escape route range, and that's it. Pretty simple. But if your 2-range unit gets on Winds of Mercy range, then yeah, you can also use Winds of Mercy, and then the Mars and the dancer will move and clear the fort. And yeah, I think this one can also work on Inferno, but I'm not sure. In case you don't want your cavalry unit to get attacked, as you can see, Petra won't be able to reach here, since she has, again, aerobatics. And in Lunatic, Selkie was here, she moved here, and then Petra teleported over here and attacked. But in this case, she can do that since she's way back and she isn't able to reach. So you don't have to worry about that, but I'm not sure about how the AI will react to all those changes. So you have to test that on your own. But still, it can work if you don't want your cavalry unit to get attacked. And yeah, that was the second free-to-play solution. And lastly is a Galeforce solution. This one uses 3 units. The first one is a flying 2-range unit with weapon and Winds of Mercy. I think this one is a bit weird. I'll tell you in a second why, but this unit needs to be flying. The next unit is another 2-range unit, but this one can be any movement type, except cavalry, I think. And yeah, a weapon and Winds of Mercy again. And lastly is a melee flying unit with a weapon and Galeforce and launch. They need to block Galeforce off of Lucina and get on Winds of Mercy range. In this case I'm using a 5-star Fura with launch, attack defense, so attack speed so 3, Braceword and Galeforce. A red unit is recommended for this, since a blue unit will probably deal too much damage to Lucina and won't proc Galeforce, or will give her one hit or whatever, or won't be able to get on Windsurge range. And a green unit, since Petra will be on the range, they'll probably attack her and kill her, ruining the whole solution. So a red unit is recommended for this. I think since Petra won't be in range on the Infernal difficulty, you can try that if you want to use a green unit, but I'm not sure about that.
Alright.
The reason as to why this unit needs to be flying is because the flying unit will move down here, but an infantry or cavalry unit, or I think armored unit, will move here and here and break this wall. Then they'll get attacked by Petra and it will cause a lot of issues, so it's better to just avoid that. But there's kind of a way to make it work still if you want to use an infantry unit. As you can see, it's pretty simple. I'll show you kind of an option, I don't know, if you really want to use an infantry unit. In that case you need to have again a 2-range infantry unit on this slot, and a melee infantry unit or armors, or I think flying also works too, on this slot. In this case I'm using a 5-star Armaya, since it's the only one I had with Windsurge C3, a weapon, and to survive at speed defense 1-3, and since I'll show you in a second actually.
Meet my blade.
Your Galeforce unit will most likely get debuffed by Selkies, so you have to find a way around that. As you can see, Armaya survived, so yeah, but Selkie has, I think it was this. Yeah, I think it was this. She debuffs Fura, so that's what Phone Attack 3 is for. Since if she didn't have that, she wouldn't be able to defeat Lucina, so you have to find a way around that and make it work. But it's kind of, it shouldn't be that hard, but still I wouldn't recommend it, since there's an easier solution to which is just using a range flying unit. But still, it's an option, so if you want to do that. Yeah, your range infantry unit needs to get on Windsurge range so that the infantry unit, melee infantry unit, goes and attacks the fort too. And yeah, that was pretty much it for this week. It wasn't as hard as I thought, but the solutions aren't as good, so that's kind of a trade-off, I guess. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.